In March 2020, the Ontario government closed down schools in order to protect students from the COVID-19 pandemic. During this time, the CIC Total Care team worked tirelessly to continue to provide a safe environment for our students to live and learn.
Despite all the challenges, our staff came together
to deliver peace of mind for parents and foster student success.
Vice Principal explained us really well why we have to stay, right? What the reasons for that.
When I hear the announcement, I feel a little bit upset, mad, and also a little bit confused.
Literally, I was crying when we were in the gym, and a vice principal told us that you don't have to out anymore. You have to stay in residence.
As if it's not bad enough, a lot of fun events were cancelled, like prom and graduation ceremonies.
COVID-19 has changed the entire world, even the way we teach and learn.
We as student and also teacher, we all together have to adapt and depend on technology more than ever.
Like everything is digital now. Like our quiz, tests, assignments, even if you have any questions.
First of all, the absence of direct contact with teachers and being unable to meet up with my friends like physically for group work was somewhat difficult for me.
Our students faced more challenges than ever before.
I'm not gonna lie, in the first 2 weeks of the lockdown, I'm feeling depressed and also feel, really sad.
I was feeling depressed for 1 week for sure.
That's really a hard time. And I even have my 18 years old birthday during the lockdown. So there's no friends, no happy birthday songs, no parents, just me, myself.
It was the feeling of anxiousness and loneliness at times because not only for myself but also for my family and worrying about their well-being as well.
It felt kind of frustrating at the beginning, but then we got it really good.
More than ever before, our students needed the support of the CIC Total Care team.
So I would say first thing that I should mention for sure is student development, because they did a great job when the quarantine started.
In student development, they made any different activities in our residences, so we were entertained. We had fun, a lot of fun.
I'm so happy, and I appreciate that CAC provide for students that opportunity that we can involve ourselves in the school life.
They've really stepped up with trying to have more activities, especially during the social distancing. They're very careful with what they're doing and still trying to make fun for us.
The laptop did stop working, which was a huge issue because everything is centered around there. So IT actually did come to residence to try and check out my laptop, and yeah, it was fine afterwards.
IT, I think they done a great job. I never have lose on the connection.
I actually like that CAC provided the Instagram, right? Stories and posts that they do.
They definitely kept me informed with things that were going on in residence.
It's one thing that I should mention for sure. My liaison is really helpful, really supportive.
For example, my liaison, she supported me a lot because every time she was asking me if I had any questions about the classes and how was it going, and yeah, she was a really good support during COVID.
I always think of her as my sister because she always there and always listen to me and always ask me if I'm feeling well or not.
Staff at CIC, I know the cleaning staff especially, they clean our buses before everyone goes into the buses, they clean our tables, which really keeps things clean and safe and definitely keeps COVID away. So I'm very grateful for them.
I'm definitely really thankful for them because they always made sure that everything was clean for me, like my room, like making sure that maybe high-touch areas were always sanitized to help me feel more safe.
When we're in residence, definitely keeping people, the limited amount of people who are allowed to come into residence did help with social distancing and help COVID not come into CIC. Also here in school, also keeping that limiting, and also when we lose stuff, they're always there because I've lost my ID many times. So I know that they'll always be there to help out.
Security definitely did a good job with just keeping us safe and making sure the environment, that no visitors would come in like to spread anything, so they were definitely good with that.
Accounting and procurements made sure they had the stuff that I really needed.
I love my staffs in the residence because all of them are so nice. All the time they're so positive. They spread their emotions, their energy, positive energy to us, so we feel like we're at home.
They would even call to our rooms and say, okay, like how's it going? Like, are you fine right now? And that was a really great thing about the staff, and it's like they feel how we feel and they know it.
They let me know if I had any problems with anything, they were there to help me.
I would say that staffs, and also staffs that prepare for us food, they keep the boxes safe and they give it, and the food is still warm for us. So I'm just happy that I'm in CAC and I'm staying safe.
They were helpful because they understand that we couldn't go out and eat anything that wasn't from residence unless we order Uber Eats or something. So they try their best to do the meals, like they adjust the meals so we would be satisfied with them. And they also gave us snacks, and they told us if we were hungry at any time, we could just call and ask for any snack. Yeah.
I would say medical center, they were like supportive, motivated. If we had any mental issues or if we felt homesick or depressed, sad, we had an opportunity to talk to them 24/7. So that was amazing.
Yeah, actually, I did have some like medical issues during quarantine, and I was at the nurse almost every single day, and they were always really helpful with me, and they were really good at communicating with my parents about any issues I had going on.
Students who really felt homesick and sad and depressed because of lockdown, they were able to communicate with our wellness center, and they would help them anytime they needed. So that's awesome.
The teacher from the UPO always send me the latest schedule for the workshops, and they help me a lot.
My counselor, she was also telling me that if I had any difficulties with any courses, she just told me that she can find me a tutor or anything. And also they provide online tutoring.
I'm going to graduate in the next May, so my UPO officer is helping me a lot.
As I said, it's not like hard only for students. Still, it was very hard for teachers too.
All of my teachers were positive, optimistic, helpful.
The teachers were always on call, like in case I had any kind of questions. They were always really quick to answer anything and were really helpful.
If I had any questions, like even if it was about my mood or about my class, I can ask them and they would answer all of them really clearly.
They also have families, and they needed to work here. They were full-time, like the house parents, for example, the security. And I think it was also really hard for them because they feel this responsibility of taking care of every student that stay here.
It's not easy coming to work every day and leaving your home, leaving your family, and having a lot of responsibility to us students and making us feel safe and happy.
So I would say the staff, they 100% need to care about themselves as well, and all of them have their own families, their children, the cousins, parents, I don't know, anything.
I could imagine they probably felt kind of worried because they did have a lot more responsibility and they had to think of their own safety and maybe their families and also our safety.
Our bus drivers, our teachers, our staff, everybody really, they've taken a risk to come back, and it's all for the students, so I am grateful.
I think that they're really there for their students.
What I love about all the staff and like the whole Total Care family is that they understand what is total care, and like they love what they do, which is like the most important thing for me.
I learned to stay happy and be grateful for the people around me and the things that everyone was doing around me to make me feel safe.
From this whole COVID and online experience, I've learned that this school really has tried.
I learned from this experience that I should appreciate more school and like coming to school and having my classmates here and my teachers and everything, because you never know what can happen.
I think just CAC did a great job during the pandemic, and they do right now.
Sometimes they talk with us like a father, sometimes talk with us like a mother, or sometimes they just talk with us like a friend. We laugh together, and sometimes they give us advices. And that's the whole thing about the Total Care.
All the staff here are lovely. I love them so much. I love the CSE.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire Total Care team.
So thank you so much for our staff and teachers and everyone who works at CIC. You did a really good job.
谢谢.
We're in this together.
Mamnoon.
Just a huge thank you.
Cảm ơn.
Thanks. We are all in this together.
We are all in this together.
Thank you.
Grateful.
Thank you. We're in this together.
We are in this together.